Ever since I started consuming YouTube content as opposed to TV, which is, I'm more into movies and TV anyway, but YouTube fascinated with me because I use it really as a reference to learn how to do things, but it is entertainment to me sometimes, and I'll float around random subjects just because I'm interested to see who's creating content. And the one thing I've noticed is content creators I've noticed kind of break down into one or two categories that I've seen. That's ones that had established expertise before they started a YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel was just an extension of what they already knew, which is why they're generally successful and good at it. And then there are content creators who start the channel before they know what they're going to do. Now, I'm referring specifically to the guys that copy other people's formulas, and I've seen quite a bit of that. And it's pretty blatant. Quite honestly, I would be ashamed to try to be a photocopy of someone else. I can see where it would lead to commercial success. Hey, great, make your money. There was an influencer by the name of Kevin Samuels. Now, for those of you who know who he is, I'm not like a Kevin Samuels huge fan or anything, okay? I just watched his stuff because I watch lots of people's stuff. And the man made a lot of sense. He was a corporate kind of guy who eventually became an image consultant, started giving advice to men on how to level up their lives, and then started eventually talking to women about what they're doing wrong. And, well, whatever. The point is, he was doing what he was doing before he had a YouTube channel. He didn't open a YouTube channel and then become this guy. He just used YouTube to amplify what he already was. He recently passed away, but he hit incredible popularity before he did. He died young, in my opinion. In his wake, I've seen a slew of new creators who are basically just copying his formula, visually speaking. You see, he had a deeper meaning to what he was doing. I don't want to get too far into it because that conversation could take all day, but basically his big concern was black families. Okay, he was very Afrocentric. He believed that the black family, or the degradation of the traditional black family, was the big contributor to the problems that the black people are experiencing now. And he was a big advocate of black people getting married, not waiting till you get married before you have children. Establish yourself, in a conservative, normal manner. Graduate high school, wait till you get married before you start having kids, establish your job, so on and so forth, and just do it the normal way. So a lot of his ire was aimed towards perpetually single women, 3 babies, never been married, that kind of thing. His content got insanely popular in the later years because a lot of it involved him telling delusional women the truth. And he handled things in a very polite and professional manner. Even though a lot of these women would get loud and ignorant, try to yell at him and start trouble, he kept his composure and he explained things in a logical way. He was a very well-dressed, well-presented, well-spoken man. And he always dressed in the nicest suits, the latest designs and fashions and whatever, because before he was doing all that, his content was centered around on how to dress well, how to present yourself, how to pick what shoes go with what suit, so on and so forth. Again, image consultant stuff. So he had a deeper motivation. Help black people on a whole by trying to revive the notion of traditional family values. That was what he wanted. He wanted black people to get married, do it the right way. But the tail end result was him basically breaking down really delusional women who didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And it's entertaining to hear him deal with these women. Okay. Now, the problem is a lot of people saw that content and tried to copy it, but they only copied one facet, which was dressing well and talking down to women. Forgetting all the the good intentions behind it and the deeper meaning behind all of it. I've seen one or two of these guys, and well, let me put it this way. I grew up wearing suit and ties my entire life. I've attended a lot of private schools. Most of my school life was spent in a suit and tie. You just get used to it. You don't worry about it. It becomes like wearing a t-shirt. You can tell when a guy doesn't wear a suit and a tie often. Some people are uncomfortable. You'll notice this generally at weddings. Some people are completely casual and relaxed in their suit and tie. And some guys are constantly fidgeting and twisting this, and their tie's not tied quite right, or it's twisted too far, and the length is off, and their pants don't fit just right, and the shirt collar is a little too big. And you can just tell that they're not suit people. I'm not even going to name him, but there's this one influencer that wants to be Kevin Samuels so badly. He put on the suit, but he's obviously uncomfortable in it. He put on glasses, but they're obviously not really prescription glasses. And he put all the books up behind him, and the beautiful subtle lighting to make himself appear to be a learned man. But the thing is, if you're really that kind of guy, you're taking one look at this guy and picking it apart going, okay, that's not how you do that. That's not what goes in that kind of glass. You're supposed to take the label off the sleeve of your suit. Have you read any of those books behind you? I know those aren't your real glasses. Why are you trying to present yourself as a learned, intellectual kind of guy, but use slang and still speak in a kind of raw and unrefined way, trying to give women advice about their relationships? The point that I learned from watching this guy is that trying to be something that you're not, well, might fool a few people, but it doesn't fool the people that you're trying to emulate. It's kind of like when a rich white kid tries to dress all gangster and go hang out on the wrong end of town with the tough kids. You can dress like that. You can try to present yourself like that. But when you're faced with guys that really are that, believe me, they see through you in a split second. The point is, trying to present yourself as something you're not, that's a dead-end street. It might make you some money. I'm sure the guy I'm talking about is quite successful. He's got lots of views. I'm sure he's making a bunch of money. Fine. I don't begrudge you that one bit. But I will say this. Pretending that you're something that you're not and trying to present yourself as something that you generally aren't, I don't know. That looks exhausting. Especially when you're not very good at it. So, another example is the the population of guys that love to put on military gear and grab their rifles and march around in public and pretend that they're soldiers. That's another classic example of people trying to present themselves as something they are not. You might put on your surplus army gear, slap on your chest plate and your tack gear, and get yourself your highly customized AR-15 with every laser light and nonsense accessory strapped to it. Buy yourself some battle dress utilities and some army issue boots or whatever it is you do to make yourself feel all hoo-hoo and military. And you'll fool a few people, sure. But to those of us who have actually had to wear that stuff and had actually been there, I'm sorry. You're not fooling anyone. You're just not at it. So there's never going to be any fakery here. I'm not trying to present myself as an expert in anything, because I'm not. I'm not trying to present myself as all-knowing and all-wise. I'm just going to present my opinions on this and that, pass on a few things that I've learned to younger men who want to listen, and, hey, understand that I'm no expert. But I've lived. I've done some stuff, and I have a little something to share, and I've learned a few things that I can pass on. Have a great day.